Thank you guys for tuning in for your political updates. So Karin Jean-Pierre, former White House press secretary under Joe Biden, has come out to say that she is leaving the Democratic Party and she's now becoming an independent. Now, the timing of this is ironic because Karin has a book coming out. Okay, so look out for this. So I do believe that this is a marketing ploy. Also, the timeliness of this, to me, also has to do with the fact that the Democratic Party's brand is at its all-time lowest right now. It's at its weakest. And this, to me, is tantamount to where Donald Trump was after he got out of office, right? When he got out of office, his first time around, the vultures were coming out, right? He had all the legal matters at his heel because of the election denialism claim that was going on against him. And then, he had people associated with him were being investigated left and right. And for those people to just separate themselves from Donald Trump, separate themselves from that situation, a lot of them came out to say that they're not feeling Donald Trump in so many ways, that they're not, allies of his, and so on and so forth. So Joe Biden, being the leader of the Democratic Party, refusing to get off the ticket, refusing for them to have primaries, and waiting to the last minute to get out of the race. And now the Democrats had no choice but to go with Kamala Harris, who in my opinion wasn't the strongest candidate at that time, hadn't had the opportunity to be battle tested because they used the same strategy that was used with Donald Trump. I'm not saying she was a bad candidate. I just don't believe that she was the best candidate at that particular moment to go against Donald Trump. Had there been primaries, had she had an opportunity to do more media visits, visit more podcasts that weren't friendly to Democrats, I think she would have had the opportunity to be her authentic self and have a better chance of going against Donald Trump. I believe with them using the same strategy they used with Donald Trump, used with Joe Biden, which is to keep him away from the media, she wasn't able to become herself and show what was different between her and Joe Biden. And then also she refused to distance herself from Joe Biden, and she chose to stay loyal, which was the decision of her handlers, who were also the same handlers for Joe Biden. But I digress. My main reason for this video was to talk about Karin Jean-Pierre's position of now leaving the Democratic Party to become an independent. I personally don't think it's a good idea. Karin Jean-Pierre worked under the Obama administration. I forgot what role she had there. You worked under the Obama administration when he was in power. Then you worked for Joe Biden when he was in power. Obviously it's going to be 3 years before another election, and it's possible that she may come back around before the next election happens and now align herself with the Democrats as well. But then keep in mind that the independent brand is actually one that's gaining power right now. A lot of people, because the Democratic Party is trying to find themselves, are saying, hey, look, I'm not going to be tied to a lost cause. I want to get with a brand that's growing, that's showing an upward trend, right? In business, we say, hey, look for where the trends are. And right now, the independents are where the trends are, okay? Once the Democratic Party finds its way, once a leader emerges, I believe many of the people who are now saying, they're no longer Democrats will find their way back to the Democratic Party. But we'll continue to watch. This is what democracy is all about, so I love it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay blessed, y'all.